Travel along, Catholic pilgrims, as we learn from St. Augustine, Doctor of the Church, while we read his book, Confessions. Welcome, Catholic pilgrims. Today we are reading Book 1, Chapter 2. So please open to page 22. How shall I call upon my God for aid, when the call I make is for my Lord and my God to come into myself? What place is there in me to which my God can come? What place that can receive the God who made heaven and earth? Does this then mean, O Lord my God, that there is in me something fit to contain you? Can even heaven and earth, which you made and in which you made me, contain you? Or since nothing that exists could exist without you, does this mean that whatever exists does, in this sense, contain you? If this is so, since I too exist, why do I ask you to come into me? For I should not be there at all unless, in this way, you are already present within me. I am not in hell, and yet you are there too, for if I sink down to the world beneath, you are present still. So then, I should be null and void and could not exist at all if you, my God, were not in me. Or is it rather that I should not exist unless I existed in you? For all things find in you their origin, their impulse, the center of their being. This, Lord, is the true answer to my question. But if I exist in you, how can I call upon you to come to me? And where would you come from? For you, my God, have said that you fill heaven and earth. But I cannot go beyond the bounds of heaven and earth so that you may leave them to come to me. A while back, I was listening to a song from Ireland. And there's something about those old Irish songs that stir within me this feeling of longing for my ancestral lands. Now, I've never been to Ireland. I didn't grow up with my family overly celebrating Irish customs and culture. But anytime I see pictures of Ireland, England, or Scotland, something is stirred in me. It has to be. It just has to be because my ancestors came from those places. And the thing is, I like a lot of other cultures too. I recently was at a wedding and a mariachi band came out because the groom's family has Mexican roots. And it was super fun and exciting, and I really enjoyed seeing a piece of their culture. And in Turkey, I thoroughly enjoyed learning some of their dances and learning their customs and culture. I love traveling and learning all about different cultures, but there's only one specific area of the world, other than America, that moves my soul, and it's where my ancestors came from. Now, I have this belief that it's because their DNA runs through my body, if even just a little. I feel a connection to the things that come from them because of this. It's kind of like how you hear stories of people getting a new heart from a donor, and then the recipient starts to like things that they never liked before, but the things that they like are what the donor used to like. I think that has to do with the DNA. St. Augustine is talking about calling out to God and wondering about his own existence and where he came from and how can God come to him and all these things. These are all very deep questions and good things to ponder and ask ourselves. And he says, quote, "For all things find in you their origin, their impulse, the center of their being," unquote. Now, would it make sense that if our soul was created in the mind of God, and if we are made in his image, that we would feel some desire to know him and love him, to seek him out? When we go into, a Catholic church and it just feels super holy and we feel like we're getting a taste of heaven even though we've never been to heaven before, is it because God lives in us and we are feeling what it's like to be there? It's hard to articulate that, but it's really something magnificent to ponder. But But if God is in us, he dwells within us, and we feel a connection to him, even when we've never met him face to face, it just makes sense that these things would happen, that we would have these feelings that we can't quite explain. If God has written himself into the fabric of our being, it makes sense that we would want to know him or seek him. Just like I feel connection to my ancestors, even when I've never met them or been in my ancestral lands, we are still connected in some way. So I find all this very fascinating to think about, and it's really something to take to God in prayer. But we will leave it here for today, and I will see you back here soon. Until then, live the faith boldly and travel well.